Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your support for the growth of this platform. I can assure you today we are going to have very interesting discussion, because there's a lot to be talked about. I know whenever a week is coming to an end, we always have a recap of what has happened during the course of the week. But I'm here to bring for you a few recap, and also remember, tomorrow will be the right day. So please, as I've already said, we are going to have recap of this old mosaic Coher. Then we are going to handle something little about Coher. Yes, this week was really a very disturbing week for either negative or positive reactors, because a lot of issues were coming out. People want to strike our channel because the travel commando strike the channel. So I receive a lot of messages. You are next, you are next, you are next. It was not easy. It was. I saw people even have to leave their vacation to go because the pressure was too much. They could not handle. So somebody had to cut her vacation very short to rush back. You see, when you reach a point where you are eating and you are not even getting satisfied, you cannot enjoy the vacation. So really the things became too hot, very hot, very hot. And I can assure you, it was a very stressful week. Very stressful week. This reaction, what should we do really? Should we stop reaction or what? Because some people had even to develop diarrhea. The small boy, like a stick, had even to cry on live on camera. You can imagine, because things were not really easy. The strike was becoming strikes. So for me, when I saw, when people started sending me those messages, I said, what is this again? People like, David, do something. I was like, no, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to stay here. Then somebody was like, no, David, no, we want this channel. You remove the video. So it was a very stressful week. You can imagine, for me, I had not even received a strike. But the pressure people were giving me. Now, you can imagine these people who had got like one strike, how they were feeling. Oh, two. Because me, by the way, I was not even bothered. I was like, if they want to take it, let them take it. But the phone calls I was getting, like, I was like, okay, I don't want to have this stress. So there were people who were moving where they were stepping. They thought they were stepping in the hall. Oh, they are stepping on thorns. Because you can imagine, this is where you have been eating from. You have been getting everything from this very platform. Then they strike. I can assure the amount of stress people were having in their heads. Let me tell you, it seems some people don't fear issues of court, but when you strike the platforms, they know they are finished. They are finished. They will no longer eat. Some of their husbands were moving. They were running kitty taka. Yeah, for sure. You will know who is the boss. You will know who is the boss. Me, I was like, no, I'm not going to do anything. And actually, Even if probably I was to leave those videos, nothing was going to happen. Yes. But of course, somebody told me, no, let the platform be safe. So we are here. We are here. So please, now you subscribe. Let's grow this platform. Let's hit 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for always standing up to watch my videos. We are moving very, very strongly. And I can assure you, please put a notification bell so that all things will be moving well on your side. So let's go to the story of this old man Coher. A lot of issues we really need to address. You see, the truth is, when you're at your old age, you deserve to be respected. That is one thing. When you're at your old age, you deserve to be respected. But you see, respect, you must work for it, to earn it. But if you don't work for respect, then don't expect people to respect you. I want this old man, Coher, to understand that you have created a lot of confusion from when you're still at your younger age. And those confusion is what is still having an impact in your life. And my encouragement, or the message I want to pass to you, old man Coher, is that I would not really want to see you having a lot of stress or going through depression because you are trying to get what probably you will never get. This is the time for you to start enjoying your life, however much you don't have. Going to the garden, getting some cassava, from the garden, you come and boil them, you enjoy, because that's now healthy food. Boiled cassava is healthy food. This is the time you are supposed to avoid eating these, oily food and the rest. But the way I look at you, you are looking for oil. You also want to eat food with oil, cooking oil. That is why you are fighting each and every day to ensure that you also start eating food with the cooking oil. These are signs of desperation and signs of a dying dog. You see, they say a pot breaks at the doorway. The pot breaks at the doorway. I would really want to encourage you that since now you have got a platform where you can open your mouth and get some little money, concentrate in building your platform. Concentrate in that. But if you are going to continuously throw in words and you think it is going to pay you, you are going to frustrate your life. You are going to frustrate your life. It is very easy to go into depression. Very easy. But the depression that is going to get you is depression of money. It is not depression of agony, depression of challenges, depression of, these are depression of money that probably you are calling upon yourself. Because the way this old man is starting now to present himself, is becoming a beggar. He's trying to become a beggar. You cannot force somebody to love you when you yourself, you did not show love. You did not. You know? You did not show love. Not force people to love you. Yet you yourself did not show love. You see, however much you cry, however much you do what? You cannot be wanting things that you have never worked for. We know you are facing a lot of challenges in your life. This old man called Coher has said that he has a lot of degrees. Degrees with poverty does not help. Because if you have a lot of degrees, people have, you have like 9, 20 degrees, and you are still living in that type of a life. Even a latrine, you could not construct. And you are bragging that you know you have several degrees. What if people are the one who are educating those children? Maybe some sponsorship here and there. Of course, you will come out and say, you know, I have a lot of degrees. I have a lot of degrees. But the problem, we are not seeing what degrees are doing in your home. We are not seeing. So what is the use of a degree when actually there is nothing? You know, you see, even a home that is having like 2 degrees or 1 degree is far much better than your own home. So, if you don't know, you are cursed. Your family is cursed. Because there is no way you can tell me you can have all those degrees, but you are still living a very, very desperate life like that. Your family is cursed, and you need to start praying. You need to start praying. Your family is cursed. Because you cannot tell me all those 9 degrees, people are failing to get fair jobs. 9 degrees or what? You know, maybe those children are going to those schools, and then they are eating the money you are giving them for paying tuition, and they go and print fake degrees that cannot get for them jobs. Because out of the number you have told us, at least 1, 2, 3 would be in position to get a fair job. But the way I look at you, even you yourself, you are very disorganized. You are very disorganized. That is the reason why there is too much disorganization at your own home. At your own home, there is disorganization. 9 degrees, and there is no child who is fairly doing well. There is a problem in your own home. Today I want to tell you. Probably your home is cursed. Cursed. 9 degrees. And not even 1 or 2 or 3 are having something good to show. You stop deceiving us. So you want to tell us that those children went to school just to have those papers? Or you want to tell us they are the ones who don't want to get jobs? When I want to cry, for me at this point now, I don't care. You know? Because actually what you are doing is wrong. Because you have seen somebody have succeeded in where he is. Now you want to start poking your nose. You know? Can you first work with what you have at the hand? They say, the bird in the hands is better than the one in the bush. So you have these ones. Try to improve them before you start looking for the other bird in the bush. But when you want to cry like a baby, you want to be adopted. If you want to be adopted, just tell us, come out and say, you people, I'm looking for somebody to adopt me. Maybe that is what you're looking for, adoption. Old man, Coher, are you trying to look for adoption or what? You want somebody to adopt you? I have said that if you want to cry, you cry. At this time now, at this point now, I'm not going to mind. If you want to cry, you cry. You tell us if you're looking for somebody to adopt you or what. Just be specific so that we know exactly what you want. If you're looking for somebody to adopt you, come clean and say, you people, me, I'm tired of my life. I want somebody who can adopt me. Come out and say it out. Then somebody somewhere will come out and say, now you old man, I'm here, I want to adopt you. You stop crying like, that my son. There is nothing you'll do at this point. There is nothing. There is nothing. There is no miracle that you will do something that is going to change his mind at the moment. There is nothing you can do. So please, if you are looking for ways of people adopting you, be specific and say, my good people, me, I'm tired of my life. I have tried at all costs, but I have failed. You never know somebody is going to come. Maybe possibly among those who are helping you to construct the latrine, maybe one of them will adopt you. I have told you that at this point, I don't care whether you want to cry, but I won't tell you the truth. This is the time for you to come out and say, I'm tired of my life. Now I want somebody who can adopt me. You see, when he's the one who created these things. Now you are going to feel the real fire. You created it. You are crying. You are crying for things that you have not worked for. For me, what I've come to realize from your crying is that you are really looking for somebody to adopt you. That is the only thing. Because right now, there is nothing you can do to change somebody's life. There is nothing. Even the type of advice you are giving, they are not working. There is completely nothing. I see completely nothing. Apart from you just crying, how you are feeling, the pain, how you. By the way, if you have to know, you need also to realize that if actually that is your son, you pretending that you are feeling the pain, you are causing him more pain. You are causing him more pain. But I can assure you, our people here in Africa, at this point will show you that he's very, very desperate. Very, very desperate. But let me assure you, give him what he wants to get. The moment you give him what he wants to get from you, you are finished. They will trash you. They will call you all sorts of names. So, even this old man, he is a strategist. He is laying a ground. He's a strategist. So people should be very, very careful with what they're seeing. Because actually, this old man, the way I look at him, he might not be. Because the reason why I fail to believe this old man, because he's always sidelining with people who are crucifying the person he's calling his own son. So we need to put this old man to his place. That please, if you are looking for somebody to adopt you, be clear and say the truth. That you people, me, I'm here to be adopted. I'm really so tired with my life. That is it. Because you are full of deceiving people. Today you will say, my wife left because I was poor. The next day you are saying my wife left because of, poor advice from my in-law. From what? This old man is not straight. That is the reason why even his life has never been straight. If we were to dig deeply in the history of this old man, I can assure you a lot of you would be surprised. A lot of you would be really, really surprised. A person who is not straightforward can never give you a clear answer, whether you like it or not, because they are always like con men. Let me hope this old man is not a con man at his age. Because there are people who are old, but they are con men. They are con men. You remember when Obama became the president of USA? In most of the African countries, they were saying, that man originated from here. Even here in Uganda, there are some people who say, that man originated from here. There are people left here and went there. People will always want to associate themselves with people who are progressing. So, I might not even be surprised that this old man want to associate himself with people who are progressing. If this old man had not been introduced to this platform, actually you guys were not going to hear anything about him. Even him coming out to say, my son, you are suffering. My son, you are doing what? He want to tell me that now at your old age, you are going to do something better. You will give your son all the necessary things he wants in his life. Eh? If you are not really deceiving us, what is that thing you are going to give your son? What are those things you are going to give him? At your old age, you are going to give him what? You are going to give him love. Yeah? What are you really going? Okay, what are those things you want to give him? You want to give him love. You want to give him what? You want to educate him, So what are those things you want to consider at now your old age, at that level? What are those things you want to bring out that you are going to give your son, so that he stop thinking of the previous challenges he has got in his life? What are those things you really want to give him? If you are not really deceiving us, you see, you need to come clean. That you see, my son, I am here because I want to do this, 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 and this. But you cannot come out and say, if you react positively, I'm going to gather elders and I'm going to put this fire down. Yet actually, you are the very, very person who is conniving with these so-called negative reactors to insult the person you're calling your own son. If that is not stupidity, Coher, then you tell me, what is it? What is it? If that is not stupidity, then you tell me, what is that? Because the very, very people you are always sidelining with, the so-called the lion, the fisherman, Mr. Kukuman, those are the people who are talking badly about the person you are calling your own son. Those are the people you support them with all your energy. You know, those are the people who are crucifying the person you are calling your own son. Those are the people you are going to their homes. You are eating, you are celebrating, you are jubilating. You tell me, if that is not stupidity you are doing, you tell me, then what is that? What is that? Because really, if you want to help, you should start by telling these individuals to stop crucifying the name of your own son. You know? But the only thing you are doing, you are seeking for attention. No? You are seeking for attention from the person you are calling your son. Actually, what you are after is only money. And the reason why you are poking your nose, your eyes there, it is because of money. Money is the root cause of all evil. And that is what you are looking for. If that son was poor, you would not be even talking about that son. That one I'm very sure. Because the way I look at you, you're a very, very greedy man when it comes to money. You are greedy. Because yourself, you said it, that the issue of the latrine, that money of the latrine, I don't want to touch it, because if I'm to touch it, that latrine is... So you decided to give your wife to handle the things of the latrine that construct, because you know yourself. By the way, if that money you are getting, me, I will not be surprised that I'm seeing another wife at your own home. Because you made it very clear that for you, with issues of women, it is your hobby. You like women because women build you. Women give you energy. You know? So please, so you are not going to continuously fooling us here and there and thinking you are dealing with fools. No. No. You know? These are things that we are not going to accept. You continuously fooling us. You continuously talking wrong things. The reference you are giving about your son, you know? Go to so and so. You want to tell us that those are the things that is going to help your son right now. You know? Those are the things that now when you refer him to go to so and so to ask whether you are the father, you know, it is going to help. You know? It is not going to help. You are just so you are desperate. You are very, very desperate.
People, I do not see anything which cannot be solved through an amicable method so that people can go ahead. In fact, war is bad. War is bad. War destroys. War has damages. War destroys property and life. It is very unfortunate that some people can engage on provoking activities which can bring war. That is actually very bad. And I am a typical Korean. I know what I mean. I am over 60 years. I know my tribe. They are very bad people once they engage in fighting. They are very bad people. So I don't expect once more that there should be a bloodshed. Ah, no. No, no. Mr. Ondari, please, 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 don't do that. Do anything but avoid war. Any bloodshed. Just avoid that. Okay, for today, ladies and gentlemen.
Those are not my words. If you don't like war, stop the drama. Stop the drama. Stop the drama. The reason why people go to war is to protect themselves. And I can assure you, you old man, the reason why you cannot go there because you know you are not capable. There is nothing you can do. But if you had the energy, if you had the power, you are going to crush everybody in front of you. You are going to crush everything that you see. But you don't have the energy. You don't have. It's the reason why I've been telling you, if you feel you have the energy, you go there and they break that remaining leg of yours. Thank God you have been in position to listen to me, not to go. So please, you stay put. Be where you are. You know, be where you are. If you want somebody to adopt you, be where you are. Somebody is going to come and adopt you. But make it first be clear that you need to be adopted. Yes. Make it very, very clear that you need to be adopted. Then there somebody can easily come out and see how best can adopt you. Well, please, if you have not subscribed to this platform, subscribe. And let's continue with interesting videos as they come directly to your ears. It has come to my attention that actually one of the negative reactor is not feeling well. One of the negative reactor is not feeling well. Stress after stress. Whether it is true or not, it's allegedly that the smaller boy like a stick is not well mentally. Pressure. When you call for problems upon yourself, you start facing difficulties in life. People should learn to listen. People should learn to apologize. Of course, I know probably will never apologize. But deep inside his heart, he knows that things are not easy on his side. We want to see the type of videos he's going to keep on coming with, the type of reaction videos that he's going to come up with. If that tiny boy like a stick continue insulting that family, talking badly about that family, then I will say he's a man. I want to make it very, very clear here today. If that boy, like a smaller stick, comes back, start making videos insulting that family, then for sure, I will say he's a man. But with all what he has gone through, I don't think. Let's wait and we see. If that boy comes back and continuously talk about that family the way he was talking, I can assure you, then he's a man. Let me tell you, see, people can talk. But when things come very, very closer to them, the way they can hide behind their tails. So there is too much pressure to that boy, too much. I was even getting an allegation that the boy is planning to leave the country. I don't know whether it's true, but I was hearing he was planning to take off from the country. I don't know how true it is. But with the type of pressure, if that pressure starts continuously follow him, I can assure you can even take off. You can take off to exile. Let me tell you, there is no person who will want to be in prison. Whether you are dense or you are what, there is nobody. Nobody. So his brain is starting to become sober at this point. His brain is starting to be sober at this point. Even those who used to talk so badly about that family, I can assure you, there is the way they are dodging it like nothing. They don't want to cause commotion. So please, people should learn to listen, and people should learn how to respect themselves. Otherwise, things might not be well. And if this issue of court issues continue, I can assure you some of these individuals might not even appear in those courts, and they will take off. Forever. They become fugitive. Somebody will adopt that one also. Today, the topic is adoption. People are looking for other people to adopt them. Life is becoming hard. Please, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your support for the growth of this platform. Let's meet again in our next video. God bless you. See you again.